America has, for decades, offered refugee status to people fleeing persecution or war in their countries. But starting in 2021, the U.S. will limit the amount of refugees it allows in to 15,000. That's a record low. And Alexa Liacco shows how that cap will have an impact on people already in the United States.
Mohammed is most at home in the kitchen. The smell of homemade recipes taking him back to the best parts of his childhood. A childhood cut short by violence and unrest in his home country, Syria.
Wherever you're walking, you're not safe. That was really scary for me and my parents and everyone who was in Syria.
The Arab Spring forced his family to flee their home in Damascus.
We rent the apartment in the other city and we come back to our house, and we don't find a house. We find it clear. Everything destroyed.
With his father's business and their home gone, the family moved to Egypt to start a new life.
Kind of really tough to move to another country, different culture.
That move just a preview of the challenges to come. After years of applying, Mohammed and his family were accepted as refugees in the United States.
When I moved to this country, I don't speak any word of English.
But Mohammed and his parents were met with resettlement help from a local organization. English classes, job coaching, legal help, all services funded by the Refugee Act of 1980. And Mohammed was determined to prove that support from the U.S. government was worth it.
I used to work 4 jobs at the same time. Yeah, I only sleep 4 hours to make this dream happen.
But Mohammed is worried other families with dreams just like his will never find the happiness he's found in America.
I was lucky, but if someone who came now to the United States and he don't find this kind of organization, he won't make it here.
That's because help for refugees in the United States is at an all-time low. When the Refugee Act of 1980 was created, the United States took in more than 200,000 refugees. But since then, that number has eroded steadily. 2021 will set a record low for the program, allowing only 15,000 refugees to come to the U.S. And with cuts to refugees allowed into the country, come cuts to the programs that help them out once they arrive.
If the programs keep taking cuts without ever recovering, we're basically removing our ability to take in refugees and support them. But I don't think that's who we want to be as Americans.
Dr. PJ Parmar runs the Mango House, an independently run health clinic and business hub for refugees in Denver.
More money is going to be high.
Many services are now falling more on independent providers like Dr. Parmar than ever before. Something he hopes won't continue.
I think a lot of folks hear the word refugee and immediately think these are somehow dirty people we don't want to take care of. The refugee story is the American story. All of us, unless we're a Native American, we probably have some sort of immigrant background.
Mohammed is hoping families across the country will think of their own stories of coming to America when they see people like him.
I worked so hard to get something for me and my family, which is Jasmine. That's my dream,
A dream he hopes more will get the chance to have. For The Race, I'm Alexa Liacco.
How coronavirus is changing life for people on the northern border. Next.